What happens when love turns to obsession and obsession turns deadly? Zara Green was a devoted wife and a loving daughter, cherished by everyone who knew her. But behind the smiles and family photos hid a dangerous secret, a secret so twisted it would end in cold-blooded murder. This wasn't a random act of violence. It wasn't a break-in gone wrong. Zara's killer wasn't a stranger lurking in the shadows. It was someone she trusted, someone she called family. What could push a sister to commit the unthinkable? Was it jealousy? Betrayal? Or something even darker? Tonight, we pull back the curtain on a crime that shook an entire community and exposed just how far obsession can go. Stay with us as we uncover the chilling story of Zara Khan, and the shocking confession that revealed a truth more disturbing than anyone could imagine. Our story begins in the summer of 2019, in the quiet suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia, a community known for its close-knit families and southern charm. It was the kind of neighborhood where everyone knew each other, and the idea of violent crime felt like something that only happened somewhere else, until tragedy struck. Zara Green was 34 years old, a respected nurse known for her compassion and dedication to helping others. She was admired by her patients and loved deeply by her friends and family. At home, Zara was the glue that held everyone together, a devoted wife and a caring sister who always put her family first. Her husband, Marcus Green, was a local entrepreneur who ran a small but successful auto repair shop. Friends described him as hardworking, outgoing, and deeply in love with his wife. They had been married for nearly a decade, and from the outside, their relationship looked rock solid. But Zara wasn't just a wife. She was also a sister, a role she took very seriously. Her younger sibling, Alicia Jacob, was 28 years old and had moved in with Zara and Marcus after struggling financially. Zara had opened her home to Alicia without hesitation, always believing that family should stick together. On the surface, the Greens appeared to be the perfect family. But behind closed doors, things weren't as perfect as they seemed. Friends later recalled subtle signs of tension, strained conversations, forced smiles, and whispers of jealousy that seemed to linger beneath the surface. Then came the night of June 11th, a night that shattered everything. Zara Green was found in the master bedroom of her home, lying in a pool of blood. She had been stabbed more than 20 times in what investigators would later describe as a crime of rage. The brutality of the attack sent shockwaves through the community. Neighbors stood outside the crime scene, whispering in disbelief. How could something so horrific happen in such a peaceful home? And who could have done something so savage? But as investigators dug deeper, they uncovered secrets darker than anyone could have imagined. Secrets that would expose a tangled web of jealousy, betrayal, and obsession that would leave the entire community questioning just how well they really knew the people living next door. The investigation began with the assumption that this was a home invasion gone horribly wrong. But as detectives combed through the scene, certain details didn't add up. There were no signs of forced entry. Nothing of value had been taken. It didn't look like a random act of violence, it looked personal. When questioned, Zara's younger sister, Alicia, seemed devastated. Through tears, she told police that Zara had been distant and stressed in the weeks leading up to her death. Alicia made a shocking claim: Zara had been having an affair and was afraid that Marcus, her husband, had found out. According to Alicia, Zara had confided in her, admitting that her marriage was falling apart and that Marcus had grown increasingly angry and possessive. Alicia suggested that Marcus might have been pushed over the edge. With this new information, detectives turned their attention to Marcus Green. Friends and neighbors painted a conflicting picture of him, charming and hardworking, yet temperamental when it came to his wife. Investigators began scrutinizing his phone records, finances, and alibi. But as they dug deeper, a different story began to emerge. There were no signs that Zara had been having an affair. In fact, detectives discovered evidence that pointed to Marcus as the one who had been unfaithful. Phone records revealed late-night calls and secretive messages. But the real shock came when they traced those communications, not to another woman, but to Alicia, Zara's own sister. Investigators were stunned. The affair that Alicia claimed Zara had been involved in, wasn't Zara's affair at all. It was hers. Alicia and Marcus had been secretly seeing each other for months, and the lies Alicia told were meant to deflect attention away from herself. The case took a dark turn as detectives shifted their focus to Alicia. They began looking at her behavior more closely and uncovered even more disturbing details. Text messages between Alicia and Marcus revealed intimate conversations, and growing resentment toward Zara. Alicia's obsession with Marcus had reached a breaking point, and jealousy had turned into rage. Then, the evidence started to pile up. Internet searches on Alicia's phone included phrases like, "how to get away with murder," and, "quick ways to kill someone." CCTV footage showed Alicia purchasing a large kitchen knife just days before the attack. And Marcus? He had no alibi for the night of the murder, but Alicia did. The investigators confronted Alicia with the evidence. Her composure began to crack. She stumbled over her answers, changed her story multiple times, and finally broke down under pressure. What happened next would leave even the most seasoned detective speechless. Faced with mounting evidence, Alicia's calm facade began to crumble. Hours into police questioning, she finally broke down and confessed. She admitted to luring Zara home that night under false pretenses, claiming there was a family emergency. Zara, trusting her sister completely, rushed to help. But once she arrived, Alicia's jealousy and rage boiled over. In a frenzied attack, Alicia stabbed Zara more than 20 times, leaving her lifeless body on the bedroom floor before fleeing the scene. It wasn't a spontaneous outburst, it was a cold, calculated act of betrayal planned for weeks. Investigators were stunned by the confession, but the details that emerged during the trial painted an even darker picture. Prosecutors revealed how Alicia meticulously staged the crime scene to mislead investigators. She scattered belongings to make it look like a robbery and planted false evidence to shift suspicion toward Marcus, Zara's husband. But no matter how carefully she tried to cover her tracks, the forensic evidence told the truth. DNA traces, fingerprints, and Alicia's own internet search history unraveled her web of lies. And as the jury listened to the details of the crime, they were visibly shaken. It took less than 2 hours for the jury to return with their verdict. Alicia was found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to 25 years in prison without the possibility of parole. In the courtroom, Zara's family wept as the judge described the crime as one of the most heart-wrenching betrayers imaginable, a tragedy that left a family shattered. But even with Alicia behind bar, the emotional scar remained. Zara's parents were left grieving not only for the daughter they lost but also for the daughter who betrayed them. Marcus Green, whose affair with Alicia had ignited the deadly chain of events, faced harsh criticism and guilt. Though he was never charged in connection with the murder, the stain of his actions left him alienated from the family. Questions still lingered. Could this tragedy have been prevented? Did Alicia's obsession with Marcus push her over the edge? Or were the signs of her jealousy ignored for too long? What's clear in that obsession, jealousy, and betrayal destroyed a family and served as a chilling reminder of just how dangerous unchecked emotions can become. This case forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about love, loyalty, and the dark impulse that sometimes hides beneath the surface. What do you think? Was justice served in this case? Or were there deeper issues that went unnoticed? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this story compelling, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true crime stories that will leave you speechless. Thank you for watching.